Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you the Ruy Lopez. So it starts with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and then bishop b4. So you're trying to take this knight and then take the pawn. So there are many things black can play here, like knight f6, which also attacks the pawn, and this is called the Berlin defense. Or you can play knight g knight g e7. It's called a Cosio defense. It reinforces this knight, but it blocks in your bishop. Or you can play the classical defense, which is just putting your bishop normally and then developing normally. So here, if the bishop takes the knight, and then you can take with the queen pawn, which is the best move, because if takes with the knight, then you play this, which attacks the pawn and the knight, and this. So it's a 3-in-1 attack. So obviously, white shouldn't take it. So what should white do? White should instead just castle. So let's just say black plays some random move, because then you can take this pawn and this is no longer a threat. Because if you go back and if the queen takes, then the rook pins it to the king. So let's go back. Here, another variation is a6, which is called the Morphy defense, which threats the bishop. You can move it back, which is called a Columbus variation, or you can just retreat your bishop back. So here also you can take, which if you take with this is a bad thing, because then the knight can take it and you cannot do anything to regain the pawn back. So instead you take with this, which is the same thing because it transposes into the same line. After castles, you threat the pawn. And another variation is bishop e7. It's called the Lucena variation. It's not that good. I don't feel it's that good because it only develops a bishop, and after this, it's a threat again. So another thing, after takes and takes, you just castle again and do and try for the same thing. So here another variation which you can do is d6, old Steenis defense, which protects this pawn, and also, but the problem is that it pins the knight to the king, and the knight can be a target later on if you keep the target still. So here another thing is, after knight f6, you play knight c3, which is called the four knights game Spanish variation. It just transposed. It's kind of drawish when you play this. See, the computer says it's kind of drawish. So the better thing to do here is this, which is also fine, but instead just castle, because after takes, you play this, which attacks the knight and also attacks this. So after the knight goes back, you take this, and it shouldn't take. And there are many threats, so you can take here, and you can also come with discover check when you take it, because the rook hits the king and it hits the queen. So first, you need to get a king protected. So this is called the Rio Gambit accepted. And here another defense instead of that is to play bishop c5, and then after castles, and then after developing normally, you play this. Like, it protects the pawn. It also builds a triple structure, and your bishop is free to pin or come here or anywhere your bishop wants to go. So that's it. Thanks for watching.